Morning, Lone Star. Did you know that water doesn't just appear in a water trough? Did you know that it actually comes from under the ground? That it goes from a series of pipes and pumps and then back to a well and a pressure tank and all that good stuff that goes way under the ground and actually pumps it up from under the earth before it actually gets to this water trough? Did you know that the steers that drink out of this water trough really don't care about the miles of pipe and work and hours and labor and sweat and blood and all the things that it took in order to get it to there? All they care about is that when they go to the water trough, that they can consume water. I think too many times us in Christian circles, we don't care to see or know what it takes in order for people to be fruitful in their lives. All we care about is how we can consume the water that is produced in their lives, the fruit that they can give us. How selfish can we be sometimes without even knowing it, that we expect that people produce water, that we expect for people to produce fruit without ever taking into account the blood, sweat, tears, miles of underground pipe, all the hard times, all the labor that went into producing that one little bit of fruit. You know, too many times we say, oh, it's just a miracle. All we have to do is have faith and God will see your healing. You will begin to produce fruit. But there's actual physical pipe that's laid underneath this. And sometimes those physical wounds, sometimes the chemical imbalances in our brain, sometimes the triggering knee-jerk reactions whenever a situation pops up is just as real and just as painful as anything that could be spiritual. Sometimes we put a spiritual band-aid on something that physically needs to be healed and something that physically needs to be dealt with, a reaction that needs to be tempered. You know, those things don't just go away. And then on top of that, when we in Christian circles just expect there to be water, what we're doing is we're doing a disservice to the world that God created. God created a spiritual world and a physical world. And sometimes that physical world gets discounted because we label it a spiritual issue when honestly, it's a physical ailment that needs to be treated. You know, God can do great and amazing things, but if we as Christian people can't rise up and put our selfishness aside to say, you know what, even if you can only produce a thimbleful of water, that's just fine. We don't need anything more than that, but rather here, I've got a full water trough that I'd like to pour out onto you. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be anything. The grief might be too strong. The pain might be too strong. You don't have to do anything, but rather I can rise up and stand in the gap for you so that you can have the time and the ability to heal and to get closer to God, because He's the one that brings the healing. We don't do that. We don't bring healing to people. We don't cause people to create water. We can dig the trenches, but God's the one that fills it up. It's not our responsibility and it's not our job, but rather it's our job to love people, not to fix them. So I want to encourage y'all this week, as you go through your lives and you see people that are hurting, I challenge you not to try to fix them, not to just label it a spiritual issue, but rather to love them as Christ loved the church. Because that's what we're called to do. Love God, love people. And whenever we put those two things together, we'll begin to see the spiritual and the physical things begin to get healed and to get help and to get healing and training and love. And we'll be able to temper those reactions. We'll be able to temper those ailments and the physical things that are going on in our body and the grief that happens. Whenever that happens, we'll be able to treat that not as something that is just going to go away, but as something that God is in the midst of with us. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to be in the midst of people's lives. We're not trying to tell them that their life has no value. So don't try to fix them. Love them. I love you guys. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a great week. We'll see you later. Kind of got off on a little rant right there. So on to the update. Whew, need to breathe for a second. All right, so this Tuesday, which is tomorrow, we have a barrel race right here at Lone Star. We have a barrel race here. People are coming to the barrel race tomorrow, and we need 3 more people. We need 3 more volunteers to come and help with that barrel race in order for us to pull it off. We got to have some barrel setters. So if you could sign up, that would be fantastic. That way we can have this barrel race and people can actually come and do the barrel racing rather than show up and not have any way to put the barrels up. we need your help. So if you could, please sign up. We need you. We need 3 more at minimum. So if you could sign up for the barrel race tomorrow, starting, if you could come in, we have enough for the exhibition, which starts at 4, I believe. But we need help for the actual race itself, and that shift starts at 6:45. If you could come in at 6:45, I doubt it's going to be a very long race. We're looking probably be done around 8:30 at the latest, I would think. So if you could jump in and be a part of that, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget, Thursday is the startup of the fall series. Well, I guess we're still in summer, of the Arena Bible Study. Thursday, we're going through Matthew chapters 1 through 3. I'm so excited to get to see everybody again and hear how y'all's summer went and dive right into Matthew. It's going to be Thursday night down at the Arena Hall at 7 o'clock. I love you guys. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a great week. Love people. We don't have to fix them. God does that. See ya. Okay, so I just got into the office and was fixing to upload the video and realized that I forgot to mention that I need help taking down the panels from Rodeo Bible Camp up on the hill. We set up stalls up there, and I'm looking to get, I don't know, maybe 3 to 4 people to come out this Thursday morning, if anybody's available, to help tear those stalls down. Those panels are fairly light. They're probably 50 to 60 pounds a piece. You can double up on them, get 2 people on one panel, and it's not too bad to carry around. We just need to tear them down and get them stacked up. We've got a tractor standing by. A couple of maintenance guys are going to be able to haul them for us. We just need to take them down, put them on the tractor, and then the tractor will haul them up the hill to where they belong. But I'm looking for some help this Thursday about 8 a.m. If you're able to help, if you could call up here to the church office or give me a call or send an email, pretty much any way that you want to get a hold of us, that would be awesome. But this Thursday, 8 a.m., up on the hill, we're going to take some panels down. I hope somebody can come help. We need probably 3 to 4 people. Love you guys. See ya.